So we found drones handy for scouting as well. Like you can use them to go look at a ridge line or see if there's a trail on a mountaintop that otherwise you would have to hike to. Most of the time I use my truck, dirt bike, e-bike, pedal bike, tree climbing gear, trail building tools, chainsaw, saws. It really broadens your variety of shots, especially when you're in a canopy. You just can't shoot a photo that can be done differently without tree rigging gear. I use my moto to go scout and go get into mountains that are maybe sometimes inaccessible to my truck, and it's just easier to quickly rip up a mountain, or get somewhere that a mountain bike or truck could either be stuck or just take all day. I think the most painful experience I've had was getting the flu in New Zealand and hiking up a road up to a peak at 3 a.m., dry heaving, absolutely destroyed, and then slept in the ditch, and the rest of our group went up to the peak. I was actually too weak and sick to even go to the top, so I turned around, went down, slept a little bit more in the truck, and then I had my 400 lens with me, and they were on a ridge. And if I'd gone up the ridge, I wouldn't have gotten the shot. So it's kind of funny because the moon was setting behind them. It was a beautiful big moon, and just dawned, so the ridge was lit. I was able to get a really nice image of them just from where I was down at the truck. Taking the photos is not as easy and glamorous as it is, but yet the adventure and lead up to taking the photos is really my favorite part of doing it all. Dude, you're taking a photo for, like we said, like 2 minutes, and that moment is all done prior to that. And the work up to that is what makes that day count. And to me, that's really what makes me want to just keep doing it. I think with a lot of experience between the photographer and the athlete as well, like there's times where you're working all day to get only a few shots in the evening when the light's just absolutely firing. The build up to that is ramping up through the day, and by that moment it's full on, and it's stressful. There's people yelling, and yeah, as hectic as it is, I think the athlete and photographer, like, we both know that that's a stressful moment, and if we're both in tune with each other, then that moment's going to be good.